is Jamie and I post videos every Sunday. I work full time. My hours are pretty much 9 to 5:30 or 9 to 6. And I obviously have this YouTube channel where for the most part, I'm pretty consistent in uploading every week, and I really prioritize spending quality time with my loved ones and also carving out some me time. So I feel like I've been reflecting on my YouTube journey in particular, and I really learned some things along the way that have helped me effectively manage my time and avoid that feeling of feeling like I'm spreading myself out too thin or I'm just so overwhelmed and not doing anything particularly well. So I really hope you find this video helpful. If you do, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really supports my channel. Now let's just get into it. The first big thing I really like to do is to plan and time block. I really live off my Google Calendar. I would be pretty lost without it. And I used to write things down in a hard copy notebook, but I found that when things changed or when I had to reshuffle things, it would actually just get too messy. So I really like the flexibility of having an electronic calendar that I can look at on my laptop as well as my phone. I find this particularly helpful when I'm in those moods where I'm quite overwhelmed with all the things that I need to get done. It's a really good visual representation of, you know what, like actually I do have the time. I just need to spend it wisely and really prioritize what I'm going to dedicate my time to. And I like to plan out what I need to get done based on my energy levels. So for example, in the morning, I really like to squeeze in some me time, but also perhaps something that I need to get done. An example task might be writing down my notes for an upcoming video or updating my budget. And in the evenings, I like to do things that don't require a lot of brain power. After I log off, I might go to a reformer Pilates class. Because the membership is expensive, it really motivates me to go. I also like to cook in the evenings. It's nice quality time with my partner, or I might go out and catch up with friends. And one thing I really love to do in the evenings is to edit my videos. It's definitely a way for me to wind down. As an introvert and as a homebody, I really need to carve in my me time. So it really doesn't help anyone if I overcommit myself, because I feel like that stress inside me will trickle into other areas of my life. I might still attend a social catch up knowing that I don't have much battery left and I'm just not myself. I might not be as upbeat, I might not be as energetic because inside I'm very overwhelmed. I just let go of the FOMO and really treasure in my me time, and I will actually, put that into my calendar. And the way I commit to myself is the way I commit to my friends. I think it is really important to honor the commitments that you make to yourself and never, deprioritize your me time, because at least in my experience, it just bites me in the end and I'm overwhelmed and I'm just not my best self. So a mindset that I practice when I think about time management is radical prioritization. So I'm constantly asking myself what is urgent and what is important. I reflect that in the lists that I have. So I have one more urgent to-do list, and I have a to-do list for longer term tasks that are nice to do but are definitely not pressing. And I really try to avoid procrastinating productively. I'll try to avoid those times where I might clean my whole apartment, and even though that's very productive and it's a good thing to do, it was just not one of the top 3 things that I needed to get done. So I'm really practicing just getting the hardest things done up front, because I find when I don't do that, it will always be like a mental burden on me. I'll always be thinking about it in the back of my mind. And instead of just, avoiding it, I'll try to tackle it head on so I can get it out of the way, and it saves a lot of mental space. Another thing that I really like to do is to batch similar things together. So for example, when I'm filming a video like this, I will be filming maybe 2 or even 3 videos at a time, because it saves me time setting up my background, doing my hair, doing my makeup for the camera, all of that. It saves me time. Another example is when I'm editing thumbnails. I like to edit, let's say, 2 thumbnails at a time because I'm using the same kind of tools. So for example, like Canva, Photoshop, my little tablet, you just get into the flow. And that really is the aim of batching tasks for me is to get into the state of flow where you're not distracted by things and you're just so into your work that you're getting things done. Other things that really help me maintain my state of flow is to rid my space from distractions. When I'm filming or when I'm editing a video, I'll have notifications turned off. Honestly, my phone is like 90% of the time on do not disturb, which can be very annoying for my family and friends who try to get in touch with me. I have my social media notifications off, so I have to manually get into the app to see any notifications. Another thing that I've had to learn is to spot the first signs of burnout so I can avoid that stage, because it is, at least in my experience, very time consuming and it's very tough work to get out of that stage. And it's also just not a good practice for myself to work super hard and then burn out and break down and then, repeat that cycle. It's also a really tough way to go about things, especially when you're trying to stay consistent on a platform like YouTube, for example. For me, my first signs of burnout might be, staying in bed until it's 8:55 a.m., knowing that I have to log in at 9 a.m. Or scrolling endlessly on Facebook Marketplace when I don't need anything, or binging TV shows and movies at unhealthy amounts because I'm avoiding things on my to-do list because I'm secretly overwhelmed. I think another mindset shift that I've had to practice is being really open and communicative with my loved ones. So, not making excuses if I just want a night in. Like, there shouldn't be anything wrong with saying, I'm an introvert and I need more time by myself to regain my energy. And I won't just say yes to absolutely everything if I'm not interested in it, if it's not the type of event that I want to go to, if it's not something I particularly want to spend my money on. I'm not going to say yes for the sake of it. Another thing that I like to do to squeeze in more time is that for tasks that don't require a lot of focus, like vacuuming or cleaning or doing my laundry, all of that, I will use that time to listen to a podcast, listen to an audiobook, or chat with, my family and my friends who live, interstate or overseas. I also use my commute time productively if I'm not feeling too low energy. So for example, on the train, I might be on my little Notion app, writing down some notes for my next video. Or if I'm feeling drained from the day, I will just, listen to some music or listen to a podcast and have that as some me time. Again, it's all about that balance of not stretching myself too thin where I always feel like I have to be accomplishing something, because that's just a sure way to wear myself down. And I've definitely been in that position before. And another thing that I like to do is that whenever I cook, I'm not cooking just for the night. I'm always in a way meal prepping and cooking more servings than I need, so I will always have leftovers. That's definitely a big time saver, and it's also just a healthier option, so I'm less tempted to get takeout or to eat junk food because it's the easier option. So that is a wrap on all of my time management tips. I really hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye!